Why are Games Workshop giving away free rules for their games, in particular the skirmish games? Because if you haven't seen, they have given away the free core rules to Kill Team and Warcry. Now, while I am very grateful to Games Workshop for doing that, I can't help but think, what is the actual motive for their doing it? And there's a couple of main theories, I think. The first one, I don't actually truly believe myself, and that is that they may actually be worried about competition. You may have seen Marvel Crisis Protocol. That is a skirmish game that is doing quite well. It is actually quite popular, and it seems to be getting even more popular. Maybe Games Workshop simply do not want to get caught out when it comes to skirmish games. They don't want the competition. They want to get in there early or as quickly as they can and end the competition, which they're obviously not going to, but maybe they just want to maintain their advantage. Because Marvel Crisis Protocol rules are free. However, even though the rules are free, you would really be better off getting like a core set for that game. It's not generally the kind of game where you'll just get the free rules and be able to play. You'd still want all the tokens and stuff like that, so you probably want that core set anyway. But it is definitely possible that maybe Games Workshop look at that and say, let's not give them free reign to beat us. And you also have the likes of one-page rules. They have free rules for quite a few different game systems. You can do sci-fi, you can do fantasy, you can do skirmish games, you can do rank and file. They have free rules. So maybe Games Workshop in a way are trying to discourage people going in that direction, and maybe when they're playing those one-page rules, maybe they think, well, maybe they'll print some 3D models at it and we don't want that, so let's get them away from that. Possible, but for me those answers aren't really probably the most likely answers. I actually think it's a little bit more simple, because it simply boils down to money. It's possible that Games Workshop simply calculate that getting more people to play the skirmish games and then getting them to buy models is going to earn them more monies than trying to sell the rules as well. Because if you get players who were not going to buy anything and then you get them to buy something, you've made more money. I mean, really, that doesn't preclude the idea that they're doing it to stop the competition, but it stands to reason that if you actually have people play your game who otherwise wouldn't play your game, you're going to make money from them that you wouldn't otherwise have got. Free rules, you buy models, GW win. And for a reason that is similar to the one that I've just mentioned, I've said before how I think Games Workshop aren't really a big fan of skirmish games, which, by the way, they are seemingly trying to prove me wrong time after time, but I still stand by the core point. It's not necessarily that they hate skirmish games, they would just rather you play one of their big tabletop games because there's more models and they'll make more money if they do so. They want you to play full fat 40k and Age of Sigmar rather than Warcry and Kill Team, because that's more money for GW. First, they want you in their store, so maybe they'll entice you with a discount, and then they want to upsell you. I'm okay with that, that's business, right? No qualms. And I do feel like the free rules are basically to get you into the ecosystem. If you already play 40k or Kill Team, then the free rules aren't really going to do anything for you in the main. But if you're a beginner, or you're getting into the hobby, the free rules might just tip you over the edge to be like, okay, I'll get involved. So I think the free rules are there to get you into that ecosystem. And then I personally believe that what they do is they flood you with rules and supplements as a way of trying to upsell you, because I think the goal is to get you to either just jump ship into the big game anyway, or buy your way there, that you just keep gradually getting more and more models, and eventually you already have like a full army, so you might as well just play the full game. I think they use the skirmish games as a gateway drug, and free rules make it more and more so that your first hit of plastic crack is free. Well, except the actual plastic, you have to pay for that because GW would just lose money. That wouldn't make any sense. So I think the answer to me is simply that they are trying to lower the barrier of entry as a way of getting beginners into the wargaming hobby. And then once they have you, they will milk you like the whale that you may or may not be. That's a bit of a overdramatic reenacting, I guess, but I think that is what they are doing in general. Now, I really do think it's actually a good decision for them to give these rules away free. I actually applaud GW for doing that. I think it's a good decision and it sort of seems nice. But let's just not kid ourselves. Games Workshop are doing this with a motive in mind. They are not really our loving overlords who just love and care for us. They obviously care about your wallet, and that's fine. It's not altruistic, it's a business. And I think the free rules must make business sense, otherwise they wouldn't do it. So I'm happy to see Games Workshop do it, and I actually hope that they keep doing more of these kind of things. Basically sort of like loosening the very tight strap they have on everything, and maybe it will result in better yields for them and better feelings from the customers. But let's be real with ourselves, the answer to why is it would make Games Workshop more money. This is really as simple as that. Let me know your thoughts though. Are you now going to play Kill Team or Warcry where you otherwise wouldn't because they've given you these free rules, or are you just not interested or whatever? Let me know in the comments below. Do though have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.